Hey everyone, this is Gus. Welcome to I guess it is the third or the fourth part. I just don't remember. I promised to put in the description of this video. Welcome to the part of let's draw something. Actually, we are drawing this. This is called Mother, and I'm using clipstudio Paint Pro and my XP Pen Artist 15.6 HD, which is a Wacom Center alternative. Yeah, well, this is Gus. I'm gonna try to finish this guy in the next hour. What do we have right now? Well, I've been using, as you can see here, oh, okay, wrong brush. Yeah, this is. I'm using the opaque watercolor, which is that. Okay, I'm using the watercolor. And I've been using these brushes right out of the box. I mean, I haven't done any twitching, any kind of programming or this kind of like a fancy stuff, like messing up with this kind of controls here for the brushes. I haven't done anything like that, so I'm doing just out of the box. So this is for the many guys as me, it should be a lot, that we started from, it's a jump from us, we started jumping from traditional to digital. Okay. So if you are going in on, I mean, jumping from digital and you are doing this kind of a beautiful handmade aquarelle watercolors, I mean, kind of comics, well, you will love this because what we just done is using whatever tools has on the traditional side of the stuff for the this digital program called Clip Studio Paint Pro, and I've been using it as you were using any kind of painting. I mean, your own technique. You can use your own technique. Probably this is not the best technique that I can use for using watercolors, but it's my own. I've been using this for years. Yeah, probably is not the best. Probably is not the worst. But anyway, anyhow, I'm gonna try to finish this. This is a concept art called Mother. And let me do something extra here. I'm gonna start marking up what I think should be, the background. So let's me do a new one. It's gonna be a new one. Let's do a little transparent watercolor and dense watercolor. We can use the dense watercolor, maybe. We can use it in this kind of colors. I need this a little bigger in the brushes. I'm using my tablet here. So it's gonna be like pretty much like this. So, hmm, I'm gonna do. I don't like this color, but it's nice. But nevertheless, a little better. So let me get rid of this. This is the beauty of painting using layers. You can just increase the size of stuff. So yeah, you can use this way here. So what are we doing right now? We are doing like a little kind of background. I'm doing this background. Why? Because I need to create some sort of atmosphere. So I start with the visuals, and I will start, applying more opaque kind of rain colors. Oh. So using this, What are we doing? I'll show you later. I don't want this sort of things. I like more the pig size kind of thing. So yeah, we are doing right now a little background. Well, this little background is going to be pretty much what we are going to try to do in the past. I will do some like this kind of stuff. So yeah, probably we'll have something like this. See? I like contrast. Okay, that's the beauty about the contrast. You can just contrast everything to whatever is your version of contrast. So let me put it more in this kind of right side. So yeah, I can have it somewhere. So yeah, this is gonna be like a contrast or something of some sort. Well, that's pretty much some sort of idea, not exactly what I was looking for, but I can use the watery, which is gonna be this. This is the watery. Let me make the water bigger. So this is the different kind of watercolors that you can have. Okay, you can have this, which is the watery. You can do effects with this. What I'm trying to do is to show you a different perspective of what I can do with this. So I have this kind of beautiful, but I also have this, and I can combine it. See, I can combine it to do whatever I have in mind, because this is the way I like it. I'm using the water. And you can make it smaller, the brushes. I'm doing exactly as I will work using, for example, what I'm using. Remember, I'm using this out of the box. What? Yeah, I'm using this out of the box. Meaning, I've been using this the way it is supposed. Like, if you are doing like traditional art, I'm doing this as the way we could be doing traditional art. So what is this? Yeah, when you're doing traditional art, you are not doing like this. When you're using traditional art, you don't work in layers. You work all your way in, all your way out. You can use this like some kind of bluish stuff for for the for the watercolor. So you can just isolate objects. You can just isolate whatever's in there. So you can use that. But also you can use something called atmospheric perspective. The atmospheric perspective that I'm using right now, it is something that I can do like not like out of the box. It's something that I can do pretty much out of the realm. So what is this atmospheric perspective? Well, you're using the atmosphere, the position of the elements, also the color of these elements to create whatever is gonna be your structures. So instead of creating an object based on whatever the object is, you can just start creating its shadows, what the glance, whatever you can see about that. So let's see. I'm doing this watercolor, and I'm gonna put like let me see a particular transparent watercolor brush. Yeah, this is a watercolor brush. Let me see how this works. Yeah. No, I don't like that structure. So just come back to whatever I have. Well, for example, I have this uneven layering brush, emphasizing texture, watery, running, color edge, watercolor. Let me see how this guy works. Let me see with a little slightly. Oh yeah, I like this more because it's work for making like more shadows in some parts. See, now I have this kind of texture, which is nice because I'm creating actually. Russia, what's my word? I'm creating this kind of structures. And sometimes these kinds of structures do need it. Like yeah. Okay. So let me go on this size. It's pretty much yes. Yeah. So I will have some structures, some colors. I will have some like so many structures in some places like this. So sort of structures this way. This way. So I'm using the blues. What I'm doing, this is an exercise that you can do, guys. It's something completely random. You just start doing something totally random. Many people not much sense, but you just try to do this exercise. It's good for your imagination because it makes you more and more familiar with some things like you know these things in the background. So well, we come back to that later. Let's go to the machines, and I'm gonna use the back color again. Let me go this, so my attack value color is not that big. And let me do a little. Let me go with this guy, and now we know. Yeah, do this. This is gonna be way better for the. So I might need something a little smaller. Yeah, probably like that. Smaller. Remember, you are painting in this place. And when you're painting with the others, you are all totally painting with this. See? So yeah, you will have your painting too, but you have also your paintings there. As the watercolor can run into the other color and try to make this kind of like texture kind of stuff. As you can see? Well, see, this is something that you know that you can do because you know traditional media. I mean, you know, like you are using watercolors. But if you don't know, you don't take your time, this kind of stuff will be like, um, don't say magic, but it's gonna be like impossible to you for achieve because you said, no, I never use it. But the fact that you never use it, that doesn't mean it doesn't exist. Also doesn't mean that is something that you cannot do. You know, the good thing about art is that it's so subjective that everyone, everyone, you and me, we can do our own suggestions. So for the people that said, no, this is not academically correct, versus the people that said, no, I don't think this should be a good way because you don't know the program. Remember, this is a media. For many people, what I'm doing right now with recorders is like a blasphemy. It's something that I shouldn't be doing that. But for me, it's my style. I've done this a long time. So for me, it's gonna be like my style. This is the way I do things. Maybe I'm wrong, maybe I'm right, but the truth is, this is art. This is so subjective, so depending on the eye of the beholder, that there's nothing like reading in stone and totally monolithic and unmovable that you cannot do. So whoever you are and you are listening to me, and somebody telling you that you cannot do that thing because they said it's not possible, telling this I'm doing art. I mean, I'm doing whatever, but as an artist, you have to have some responsibility. One of those is you have to respect your trade. Respect my trade? Yes, you have to respect your trade. How you respect your trade? Well, you acquire skills. As an artist, you cannot have like a poor or stupid execution. You have to be wise enough to understand the situation that you are called from being an artist. Yeah, it's almost a religion. It's a religion of the talent, I would say. But true is, it's not. It's just art. And the artists are subjective, just subjective, that the 100% of the time we call ourselves critics. You know my definition of a critic is an artist that doesn't have enough guts to be an artist, so he's criticizing others because criticizing is easier than do it by yourself. So yeah, many people prefer relies more on criticizing others. So every time that is some critics tell you that you're bad, but when your fellow artist told you that you're good, you know that that people is just exercising his right to be envious about you. But remember the other thing. If you lack of execution, well, it's not the end of the world. You can do this. I mean, you can re-execute things in order to having them in a better stage. But what you cannot do is hoard your lack of execution and talent because it's not. And you are just discrediting your fellow artist. Yeah, you can discredit your fellow artist. You can discredit any one of us to the point of nobody wanna know what is in there because nobody even trust you. Well, as you see, I'm using clipstudio Paint right out of the bat. I mean, right out of the box. I'm not doing any kind of twitching or whatever. I'm not doing nothing like that. Let me go to this part. Let me use the eye. First, I need this guy here, and then I will do like this. Probably I will do more of this. This will do with the atmospheric perspective kind of stuff. So let's see. Yeah, they will do. It will do a trick. So yeah, let's go to the machines. Let's go to the goes here. Still a little more of this. So you are constructing this as if we're part of the. Oh, you're watching. You're doing the big picture. What is that? You are constructing whatever elements you have based on the big picture. What is the big picture? The big picture, my friend, is this. the other thing you have to have also is this one is very important. It's not important for me to know tell you, it's important for you to know an exercise. You have to have pulse. Pulse. This is skill. This is something that you have been trained to do. You have to train yourself to have pulse. Having steady pulse to do stuff, because 90% of our traces are made out of the pulse. So far, so whoever is meeting us right now, my name is Gus. This is my demo of a character design or concept art using clipstudio paint right out of the box. I mean, not twitching at all, no any kind of programming of the brushes or something like that. Just doing whatever is in the brush. I mean, just using, as I told you, out of the box. So this is the way that if you comes from the traditional background as me, you can use this too. You don't need to have a degree in apply science or applying mathematics or applying kind of stuff. You just have to have enough curiosity to do the stuff that you want to train yourself to do it, but also you have to be conscious that this is a skill. This is something that you have to be trained to do. This is not your God-given talent. This is a skill. It's a skill. You can yourself train to do it, but you need training. And trainings come from practice. You have to practice this a lot if you want to one day to say, well, I can say I mastered this thing. Okay, let's continue with the rest of the body. We'll exactly 28 minutes. Oh wow! I hope we can just finish this guy in 1 hour. So this is still a little rough, but it's for you to have an idea of what you can do. Yeah, it took me like 4 hours. It was said, well, yeah, but if you are doing this, for the thrill to do it, and like the good environment, you just have to know that the part of the how many times is involved, how many hours is involved in this process is totally up to you. But as you might know, many people will tell you that it's not only up to you, but it is totally like something that you had to do in some part. So yeah, let's go to the machines again. So yeah, let me start working with these guys. Oops. So let's see a little more general view about how she's doing. See, now we have some aesthetic perspective. We know about muscles, where they are, how they are blending, how they are, behaving. So let me get back to the work, Leo. Yeah, you see this part? This part shouldn't be here. Uh, Also, one thing that you have is the ability to erase things to whatever the part you are. See? So no more of this or this for the machines. Even this for the flesh. No more this. So yeah, let's go back to machines. So yes, go back into this. See? So you can just maintain the level of performance you want in this. So let us come back. I guess this part's okay. Let me see the hands. What I can do with the hands. Okay, well, that's the hands. And let me see the muscles on the hands and the arms and the arms from the other side. One, two. So, okay, she's almost done. So let's see the part of the babies. What we can do with them. Uh, I mean, this is the good thing of working with layers. You know, you can have one layer automatically here in the babies. So we're gonna do the probably watering. We do something for the atmosphere, something like this. Hmm. So who is this guy? Yeah, say. Is the Pemo or the okay? Let me see this. Now this Pemo. This is yeah. So big one is Pemo. So yeah. Let me do this. It's gonna be like a mass or something. Yeah. So let me do this and this. Try to make like a mass or something. And what do I use? See, like they are in some sort of substance. The sustenance, the guys. That's what I'm gonna use. Yeah. Okay, let's see this better. Yep. Now we have it. If we take this guy out, it's gonna be like this. But this is more interesting because it's creating atmosphere. See, whatever is your composition is made out of light and shadows. What you're doing right now is creating the shadows, creating the light into these elements. And the good thing is we can just change the not only the opacity, but the way it is gonna be. Let's see, let's do a multiply. See, it's darker. Let's do darken. I like darken more. Or you have overlay. Overlay with saturated colors. It looks nice, but yeah, it's almost that nice, but probably it's not. Soft light will be the same. Hard light, it will be like overlay. I like overlay and hard light. You see a little more closer overlay and hard light. And also we have difference, which is another color. I don't like it much. Vivid light. Uh, hard mix. Ew is a no-no. Exclusion. And some maybe darker color. I like it. Yeah, it's not a bad. And divide. No. Hue. And no. Saturation. And no. Color. Hmm. Color looks nice. Let me see from here. From this perspective, color looks nice. Yeah, see, color looks nice. So it could be color or overlay. This is overlay. I like it. Or could it be darker? Yeah, and also we can just add some in this same layer color. We can just add or on like see, on levels of you know could be, or I can go to overlay, which is nice overlay too. This is the regular layer the color. This is a new layer the color. So yeah, it makes a new effect. I like the color a little more, but let me tell you that light darken or multiply is good too. And also you have normal. This is the normal that I've been using. Whatever the, I guess I'm gonna stick with the normal. Yeah, I'm gonna stick with the normal. So let's see. We have whatever is done about this. I like it a lot. So yeah, let's see this other guy, which is the background. Let's gonna do the background, guys. So for the background, I have this the background, and I can make another one, which is gonna be like a darken. It's gonna be like a darken color. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use oil paint, flat brush. So for this, I need this guys, and this I need it a little bigger. Yeah. Mm, some of these colors. Okay, and I will go a little over the yellowish part, but this, try to make a little more of this, like this. So let's do this guy like this, but no darkening, just normal. So yeah, we're doing this, but actually we're gonna do like this. So we'll have some this here, 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 and this here. And when I do the darkening, see, we'll see a C, but I want hard life like that. So yeah, you see, now we have better things. I don't want this. I want something more bluish. So yeah, I want to go and do this thing like this. Because we want it in the bluish kind of side. Yeah. So we will have this, but I need this smaller. See? So either I can go this way, or I can go, you know, this way. Why? I can keep it that way, or I can just make it this. And when I'm making this, I can use this. This is blending. This is the blending tool, like the one many of you guys are familiarized in Photoshop and all that kind of stuff. What I'm doing with the blending tool is just blending. Just blending many of the parts to the smallest idea. See, so they couldn't be as because they will blend. See, they will blend. There is this something more fluid. Okay, so next part is I'm gonna go with a regular blush, which is this. I'm gonna start painting my lines. Like this one here. Can I start painting a line like this? Another line like this. Another line like this. You don't forget that you can do this as much complicated as you want. And also, you have this in the machine, you have this in layer 4. Yeah, you have this here, but you can go to the machines. You can just make a paint like this. Okay. Like having certain parts to lighting out. See? So you have one part Right, you want it. Yeah. So you're using the white to take this girl out of the background. See? No. See? I don't like that much, that part there. So we can just switch this. See? Then when you're finally happy with this, now we just finish our illustration. Well, thank you guys, and well, this is the last part. What's gonna be the last part? Last part is my signature. This is my signature. This is the last part. And no, this is too big. I need this a little smaller, like this. This is nice. It's even too big. I might do a little more. Yeah, so this is my signature. So let us see a little more. This is finish. Mother. This is my um, studio sketch and graphic design. Actually, character concept design, totally from scratch, out of my imagination. This is pretty much like the fourth hour or something like that. And yep, this was done in real time. I did like the trio difference. This video, 1 hour in duration each one. So this is what I got. I'm using this out of the bat. I'm using as it's where Photoshop. This is way advanced from Photoshop sometimes. And let me remind you that this program is very good. This could be the next tool you need just for doing illustrations, or the next tool you need just for doing concept art and character design. You can just use this out of the box, out of the bat, like this. I haven't, you seen the videos, I haven't tweaked anything. I haven't messed up with any of the different presets of the brushes. I haven't changed the amount of paint, the density of paint, the color stretch, etc., etc., etc. I've been using watercolors and some oil colors, just doing the difference in transparency. That's it. It's the only thing that I did. The transparency, setting up the transparency like a normal, like a vivid light, like a overlay in it, as you as you've seen. This is what you can do. You can just work with this right out of the box, the same way like I did, and you can have fun. It's a great tool. It needs a lot of practice because digital needs a lot of practice. It's a totally different media. It's a totally different animal if you compare with traditional. Yeah, on traditional you don't have the advance like in digital. In digital you have the advance. If you mess it up with something, if you want to change to another one, then the only thing that you have to do is go back and do the undos, or either if you don't want to do the undos, you can just go and get rid of many things. Like, for example, you can just use multiple layers. So it is something that you don't like it, you can just erase that layer or make that layer out. Let me show you all the layers that I have from backgrounds to this. First was the sketch. Remember, this was the first sketch that I did. Then I did pencils. It was the pencils. This is the pencil that I did with the ideas for me for the shadows to go when I'm using ink. Then next one was inks. I did these inks. So I have this totally inked. Well, the inks is just one part of the inking. You just need to add to some sort of shadows to this inking. So this is with the shadows. So after that, I start painting. Painting for the flesh, which is this. Many people might need like a one or two layers just for the flesh to go and do like the, let me show you here, to do like here when they are doing the shadows, when they are doing, you know, the definition, the shadows, the hue, the lights, how they are applied to the bodies. Yeah, many people need to do a second layer, not in my case, because I'm using this the way I know, which is the way I know, the way for traditional kind of stuff. Then you go to the machines, which is this. I start doing the machines, but the machines also has a new layer. I did the same. So this is the way the machines are. See? Then I will go and do the way I think it worked with these babies, because I don't want the babies to be like a, you know, super kind of glass. No, I I want to create the atmosphere that they are just in some sort of like egg kind of stuff, and they are surrounded by amniotic liquid or some kind of liquid. So then I'll start doing like the background. So this is gonna be pretty much the background. I think a background that I think that it will, you know, embody all this technology, so I can try to figure it out. Then I just add to the background this subsequent layer, which is gonna be a little more of the kind of stuff that I'm doing. See, now I have the background. I put some extra like lightness and textures for these things to work with, and yeah, this is it. This is the kind of stuff that we are looking at talking about. So the last one was, you know, print the signature, my signature, and that's it. Well, as you can see, this is the different way. This is my workflow. You can have another workflow. More academics guy, they have another kind of workflow based on whatever they've been teach. I've been trying to, you know, as watching as many YouTube videos as I can, and try to see as many of this information, and try to practice and try to do a lot of stuff with this program. Still, you have to communicate. This is an illustration. I'm communicating something like this, kind some sort of mother is the mother of the future. They're not going to be like cyborgs. aka half machine, half humans. They use complete humans because the humans cannot be bred like half machines. They are not such thing as cyber babies. The babies, it should be normal babies, and then they will go through the process of being a cyber. But this is my idea about the dominance of the technology and how the technology is going to dehumanize us. Well, this is some sort of idea, something that I like to play with. So, and once again, this is Gauss. For whoever is just watching this for this very first time, um, I did a sketch slash illustration slash concept art of this illustration called Mother. I did it using Paint Clip Studio Paint Pro, and my as the resource I'm using XP Plane Artist 15.660, which is a Cintiq, a Wacom Cintiq alternative. I'm using Clip Studio Paint, and I'm using this right out of the box. I mean, I have not tweaked in any way or messing up with the preferences of the brushes, nor the kind of lights. I'm just using the way we will just use traditional art. This is pretty much dedicated for the people that is jumping from traditional to digital art. This is my style. I don't do much of the effects because I'm a firm believer of art. I mean, traditional. We don't do like effects. We don't do layers in the traditional stuff. I mean, if it is what it is, if you have a bad drawing, you cannot go back and try to fix it because the only thing way to fix by yourself a bad drawing in a canvas is just erasing in the canvas in the first stages, no paint applied. Then if you go to apply the paint, you have to apply like one layer on top of each other until you have the effect, the desired effect, whatever you are looking for. So yeah, this is what we have right now. Again, let me remind you, these videos are brought to you by me. I have no sponsors. I'm not doing this for the money. I'm just doing this for the thrill of the sake of doing something. So, as many of you that you want to start doing art in digital, this is a way. But let me tell you something first. You have to have a good tool. I mean, I create my own computer. Well, not create, because I didn't create my motherboard out of nothing. I put together my own computer. I spent sometimes in the internet what's the best, the best setups, what is the best kind of motherboards, what's the best kind of the chipset. For example, I have an 8 gigabytes graphic card, which is a Radeon RX 580. Also, I have a Ryzen 7 1800X, which is that scalable, and I have 16 gigabytes of DDR4 3000 memory, and that is good enough to use. Also, I have an XP Pen 15.6 HD, which I've been using for more than 1 year to now, and it's coming to my second year this this December. It will be. So this is the kind of tools that I have. Of course, you just don't need to have a Wacom Cintiq alternative or a Wacom Cintiq. You can just use a Wacom like a pen tablet, not a display tablet, a pen tablet. You can use an XP pen tablet, a Huion pen tablet. You can use whatever of those pen tablets. You can just connect it to your computer. You have to have a very nice monitor. I mean, at least a very good definition, like a gaming monitor, 27 inches plus, and also you need at least 8 gigabytes of video memory. I mean, your graphic card. And well, if you have an i7 or a Ryzen 7, will have a lot because these are very complex calculations for the computer to do. So yeah, guys, this is brought to you by me. I have no sponsorship. These things that I talking to you about it is because I own it. These are mine. I mean, this is my tablet. This is my computer. This is my program. And for many of you that are trying to do the flare, I'm jumping into digital, doing the flare using this clipstudio paint. Well, let me tell you, it will looks like discouraging, but that is just the beginning. There's a plenty of courses in udemy.com or also in YouTube for free where you can just find out how to paint digitally. And if you do this traditionally, let me tell you something. We have the basis because before traditional, we were doing this the last 600, 700 years or 800 years we were doing traditional stuff. So as the first time that a guy used oils in the Flemish during the Middle Ages, let me tell you, it's just a media. It won't affect the measures or the quality of your painting. You just have to tame it. That's it. Well, guys, thank you for joining me. I'm taking a lot of your time, almost 10 minutes. But let me tell you that has been fun. This is Mother, and I'm gonna submit it to my artstation.com profile page. I hope you have like it, and thank you for joining me in this moment. Next week we will do something, probably something the same way. I hope you'll be pleased to try to learn this. And please, if you are watching this video, just do the same things for yourself. I mean, you are watching the video on one monitor and the other monitor. You are doing the program. You are trying to, figure out how to do this the kind of stuff. Again, this is art. There's no rules for art. The only rules about art is it means sakat. That means you have no talent. But if you have the God-given talent of doing this kind of communication from mind to hand or hand to mind, like a friend of mine said, well, you can do it. Again, this is Gus. Thank you for joining me. And I hope you have a blessed weekend and a blessed next week. God bless you all. Thank you for joining me. Goodbye.